All right, it is 7 o'clock, so I would like to call the Interboro Board of School Directors public meeting for Wednesday, November 19th, 2025 to order. Ms. Caldwell, can we have a quick roll call?
Thank you. Mr. Cleaver?
Here.
Ms. Wilkin? Here. Mr. Willis?
Here.
Ms. Joseph? Here. Mr. Harris?
Here.
Ms. Fagan? Here. Mr. Goldsboro?
Here.
Mr. Evans?
Here.
Mr. Schiff?
Here. All right, Mr. Goldsboro, can we have the invocation and pledge of allegiance, please?
Heavenly Father, please hear our prayer. Bless all schools, colleges, and especially the Interboro School District, and grant to this board in their deliberations this evening the spirit of wisdom, truth, and knowledge. May our deliberations be guided by the pursuit of excellence in education, ensuring the well-being of our students and the prosperity of our community. All this we seek for the betterment of education. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I would like to pass it over to the student reports. Addison Gurney and Aaron Keeney. I know you guys missed last month, and I did tell them that, the two stand-ins did a pretty good job. We were going to invite back.
There's lots of us in here.
So, at the end, we are going to have a board vote on to come back.
You know what? That's fair. We deserve it. It's fair. Got
But
it.
I'll pass it on to you guys.
Alright, so to begin our board report from the kindergarten, Jay held his first full-wide treasure gem assembly where we celebrated with a student from each classroom who has done a tremendous job of being respectful, responsible, and safe. This assembly is always a fun celebration for our students. The teachers and students celebrated Halloween with various activities in the classroom. Students wore Halloween themed shirts.
At Glenolden School, Glenolden had a busy and festive month filled with school spirit and community connection. On October 24th, Bugs Buddies hosted a hayride with Mr. Mack for students, followed by a staff event later that evening. During the last week of October, the school participated in Red Ribbon Week with the theme Life is a Puzzle, Solve It, Jump Free. Students showed their support by wearing red throughout the week. November 10th was Eagle Spirit Day, and students proudly wore their green and white to show Eagles pride. November 13th, we wore blue to show support for type 1 diabetes awareness. On November 20th, Glenolden will celebrate Tortee Thursday, Spirit Day, where students wear their favorite band t-shirts, as well as our turkey trot and fall picture receipts. To close out the month, students will be off for Thanksgiving break during the last week of November. Staff will have conferences, and we will come together for a staff giving celebration before the holiday.
At Norwood on October 17th, our elementary Halloween dance was sponsored by the 8th grade class. The 4th and 5th graders had a great time. On October 24th, our annual trunk or treat was held in the gym, sponsored by Home and School. The students and parents looked great and received lots of treats. On October 25th, the theater converted our hallways into haunted hallways. We had a good turnout and many were scared. On October 30th, we held a PBIS assembly for elementary students. The students played Jeopardy and had a great time. On October 31st, we held our annual Halloween parade, and our students and staff walked around the outside of the building and were able to show other students, parents, and families what they would be wearing that night. The students always enjoy the parade. Also on October 31st, we held our MS student assembly where they played Minutes on It. The students had a fun time with all the different activities and loved to include our teachers and principals in their activities. On November 5th, we celebrated our Student of the Month. The students received a SOTM bracelet and a treat. On November 5th, we had our fall Title I meeting, and it was well attended. On November 12th, our EL students, grades 2nd through 4th, went to the Smith Playground in the morning. The students had a great time. Prospect Park.
October was a vibrant and exciting month at Prospect Park, filled with engaging activities and community spirit that made the weeks fly by. Student council initiatives. Our student council led 2 impactful dress down days to raise awareness for breast cancer and childhood cancer. The funds collected will be donated to local families and organizations supporting these important causes. We're proud of our students for their compassion and leadership. PBIS Fall Color Day. The PBIS team hosted a festival Fall Color Dress Down Day, and it was wonderful to see the school come alive with autumn hues. The event brought smiles and seasonal cheer for everyone. Halloween Parade and Fall Parties. Our annual Halloween Parade was a big hit. Followed by classroom fall parties, students and staff enjoyed a safe and fun celebration that showcased creativity and school spirit. Home and school events. Our Home and School Association organized 2 fantastic events. An ice cream social was a huge success and brought families together. A festival Trunk or Treat, which added a fun and safe twist to Halloween. Celebrations and yummy food trucks to enjoy. We are grateful to our staff, families, and volunteers for making October so memorable. We look forward to another exciting month ahead of November.
October was a busy month at Interboro School. On October 14th, students dressed up and displayed their very best smiles for Picture Day. Picture retakes will be on November 21st. We had beautiful fall weather for our middle school fall fitness day on October 17th. Students participated in a variety of fun athletic activities as well as the mile run. Thank you to Mr. Wood and Mr. Rainbow for organizing and directing such a fun day. Middle school students also attended our annual Safe to Stay Assembly on October 17th. Students learned the importance of recognizing the warning signs of dangerous activities, threats, or behaviors in school or on social media, and have the ability to report them anonymously 24/7 via mobile app, website, or phone line. Thank you, Ms. Lambert, for the presentation. Syndicum Home and School sponsors a school-wide pumpkin decorating contest. There are 28 pumpkins entered in this year's contest. Students were able to vote on their favorite pumpkins, which were decorated as popular book or movie characters, spooky Halloween-themed pumpkins, pop culture creations, and even a pumpkin advocating for juvenile diabetes awareness. For the second year in a row, Ms. Burkheimer's 1st to 5th grade math and reading students earned first place, finishing with their little boo-boo pumpkin. Followed by Miss Maynard's Grew from Despicable Me pumpkin, and finally by Mrs. Wilson's 3rd grade class, the 6-7 pumpkin. Speaking of pumpkins, a few lucky students won our October monthly PBIS award for the alliterative pumpkin painting with the principals. It was a great way to recognize those students who modeled the core values of respect, responsibility, honesty, and pride. We ended the month with our Halloween parade, elementary parties, and middle school costume contest. We can't wait to see what November brings.
On Wednesday, October 1st, 11 eager seniors took part in a facility tour at Hanawa Philly Shipyard as part of the Bucks Work program. Students received an in-depth presentation on the company's apprenticeship program, an exciting career pathway they will be eligible for upon graduation. The highlight of the visit included a behind-the-scenes tour of the shipyard, where students witnessed 2 maritime vessels currently under construction. The first-hand experience gave them a glimpse into the scale and complexity of modern shipbuilding. Layla Walker received a letter of commendation for her achievement on the 2024 PSAT exam. She was one of the 34,000 students who earned this national recognition, putting her in the top 1% of students in the country. Approximately 3.5 million students take the PSAT every year. Congratulations, Layla. Students participating in gifted education enjoyed taking part in the STEM symposium at the Philadelphia airport this week. They were able to meet and ask questions from different departments and learn about their career opportunities PHL has to offer. They also gave a behind-the-scenes tour of Engine 78. Interboro students Addison Burney, Aaron Keeney, Taylor Lennox, Jake Roberts, and Kira Crowley attended the Top Leadership Collaboration Summit this past month. This is Interboro's 4th year attending the conference, and a few students from the Buxton Executive Board went. Our students went to CHOP's Robertson Center for Pediatric Research and collaborated with 3 other schools in Philadelphia who also run dance marathons. It was a fun and informative day, and our students proudly represented Interboro. The Bucks Work program at Interboro High School helps students become career ready through real-world experiences like job shadowing, facility tours, mentoring, and internships. 20 Interboro students, grades 9 through 12, toured Steam Theater's Local 420, one of Philadelphia's strongest unions. Students learned about the apprenticeship program, application process, and benefits while touring classroom, HVAC, and welding shops. 15 of our students attended Delaware Connect at University of Delaware, joining many other high schoolers for the event. The students were grouped randomly amongst each other to participate in a design sprint, which all our students were thoroughly engaged in. The task for this event was to try to solve the issue of vaping and nicotine use by teens. Our own Vincent Cooper was a part of the winning team. Their winning approach was to give a warning to students caught with a vape or other nicotine products, but also provide counseling and positive support to these teens. If they were caught a second time, it would be met with a heavy consequence. The students left with smiles and happy stories to share. The Fall College Fair was a success. The cafeteria was full of college reps and eager students looking into their futures. Students were able to learn more about all the colleges in attendance to help them decide where they can and should apply. They were also able to take information and other goodies home so they can keep these colleges in mind when it's time to apply. Thank you to Mrs. Woodson and the guidance team for running the event. On Thursday, October 16th, 9 students from our brand new elective course, Teachers Pathway at Rising, kicked off the first field observation in our community schools. This course provides the next generation of future educators with the foundation and skills to become great leaders in the classroom. Throughout the year, students will have opportunities to earn certifications, attend state and national conferences, and even potentially earn college credit. What a beautiful day for the Fall Fest on October 17th. This week's rain disappeared to give the Bucks Buddies a perfectly clear day for a field full of fun. Smiles were abundant as the students played their way through a multiple of activities and got to spend the day outdoors. Nearly 200 students representing Interboro, Ridley, Marple Newtown, and Springfield had a great day together celebrating teamwork and having fun. Our Bucks Work students in grades 9 through 12 recently took an exciting trip to the EAS Carpenters Training Center in Northeast Philadelphia. This visit gave students a first-hand look at the Carpenters Union Apprenticeship Program, where they learned about the compensation package, hands-on training, and the incredible work done by the union members, who helped build the backbone of our city. From bridges and hospitals to stadiums, schools, and skyscrapers, students toured multiple training shops, including carpentry, welding, millwork, cabinet making, and floor laying, and even observed the underwater welding training tank. On Monday, October 20th, from 8 to 9 p.m., Mr. Conti hosted a stargazing section at the Widener University Observatory that brought together over 40 students spanning all 5 of his classes, and also included parents, siblings, and alumni. He has held several stargazing sessions so far this year where students have come to observe, but this was by far the largest group yet, and one of the most memorable. The Junior Class Congress ran a clothing drive and had a huge success. 230 trash bags full of clothes were received Saturday for donations. And that concludes our report.
Thank you, Ben. That was a really good report. And I just said to Ms. Rice, the amount of stuff that the community schools and high school do is amazing. We just need to somehow figure out as a board how we can blast that out more regularly, because that report was amazing. It shows how much great stuff is happening throughout the district, just in 1 month. So thank you for that report.
Yeah, of course.
All right, moving on to number 3. Is there any public comment tonight?
No, sir.
All right, no public comment. Moving on to motion number 4.
Motion 4.01 that the following minutes of the October 15th, 2025 be approved.
Second. Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Next up, Ms. Meehan for the solicitor's report.
Thank you. Good evening. The solicitor's office has been working this month on tax assessment appeals, policy review, contract review, and personnel matters.
Thank you. Next motion, Mr. Goldsboro.
Motion 6.01 that the treasurer's report for the month ending October 31st, 2025 be approved.
Second. Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Next motion.
Motion 6.02 that the fund disbursements in the amount of $9,801,016.87 be approved.
Second. Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Is there any correspondence?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, we'll move up to committee reports. First up is finance. I just want to briefly mention we had a finance meeting on Monday, November 17th, 7 p.m. via Zoom. There were a bunch of just informational items on the agenda. First was the adjusted Aquan Index that the state provides to school districts. It basically says this is the highest you could raise taxes if you were to raise taxes, and the state has provided us with a 4.6% Aquan Index. So that is not saying we are raising taxes 4.6%. It's just what the state will allow us to raise it up to. We will need to make a motion and vote at some point in January, just saying that we will not go above that. That is just a procedural motion. Next up, we had update from Mr. High School about the budget timeline. The key details regarding that is in January, we will vote on our preliminary budget. February, March, April, May, Mr. High School, Mrs. Riley will be meeting with directors, and they will be presenting the department budgets. And then in May, we will vote on a proposed final budget, and in June, we will vote on a final budget for the 26-27 school year. The third item on the agenda was just an update on the independent audit timeline. They have been in the field early in November. There was a little bit of a delay due to the federal government shutdown, so there was some delay on some of the reporting they needed. They should be wrapping up early December, and the audit committee will have a public meeting in mid-December to review the audit report. And then lastly, there were financial statements available to the board, and they had opportunities to ask any questions. And that was it for the financial report. All right, moving on to the next committee, which is Mr. Willis with legislative.
Thank you. The legislative committee met on Wednesday the 12th at 7:45 a.m. I'm going to go real quickly through the update. Who knew we had a Great Gay Schools website? I did. We have a Great Gay Schools website. It's pretty cool. Everyone go take a look at it. We're in it. So take a look at it. What else is going on? School board candidate webinar is scheduled for January 15th. The House and Senate are in recess until the start of the new session. All pending legislation will go away and have to be reintroduced in the new session. The following bills were signed into law in 2024, which I think may be a typo. The two I'm going to mention are Senate Bill 1160, Mastriano. It's called Now Act 124. It's Vietnam War Veterans Day. Designates March 29th as Vietnam War Veterans Day in Pennsylvania and encourages observance in public schools. It's not a mandate, but it is encouraged. The other one is House Bill 2383, Now Act 105, Older Adult Mentor Volunteer Program. We're putting together a program to let older adults volunteer in the schools and work with the kids, so it's a really important program. I sent out all this to all the board members. You all should have a copy. The links are live in the copy, so you can visit the website. And that concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Willis. Next up, Mr. Harris for the Delaware County Intermediate Unit.
Thank you. The Delaware County Intermediate Unit Board of Directors met on November 5th, 2025. First up, approval of contract with the Penn Delco School District for DCI to provide threat assessment consulting. Also was approval for a contract with the Visions Academy Charter School of Excellence for DCI to provide speech and language services. Approve a contract with Wallingford Swarthmore School District for DCI to provide school-based access programming services. Approve a contract with Ripley School District for the DCI to provide reading support for students. Approve a contract with Cardiology Consultants of Philadelphia to provide clinical and practical external sciences, externship training experiences to the DCI Medical Assistant Health and Science Services programs. Furnishes for 40 dental students, staff, and chaperones to attend the Greater New York Dental Conference in New York City on December 2nd. Permission for 150 students, staff, and chaperones to attend the HOSA Future Health and Professional PA Leadership Conference in Hershey, PA. The next meeting will be at the DCIU on Wednesday, December 3rd at 6:45. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
One meeting, the reorg meeting, your meeting.
I have a board meeting. Interboro takes precedence.
There you go. All right, next up, Mr. Cleaver for the PSBA report.
Thanks, Mr. Schmidt. Over the last month, I've been familiarizing myself with the PSBA and exploring the website. If any board members have an opportunity, there's a really comprehensive webinar and training catalog, and also daily and monthly newsletters you can sign up for if you go into your KSBA portal. I shared the newsletter as well as the upcoming events with you guys already. There's one highlight I want to pull out of the newsletter. There's a new Connect EDPA program that they're offering. It's a partnership where you can evaluate cell coverage on school property as well as market the school property for wireless carrier leasing opportunities. So I thought that might be interesting for Interboro. And then as far as upcoming events, on December 11th, there is a virtual AI symposium that I'm going to try and do then. So that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Mr. Stewart. All right, you both are welcome to stay, or you may leave. Last month they stayed the whole meeting. I'm just kidding. They
Not tonight.
Tonight you're out of luck. All right,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Goldsboro, moving on to motion number 9.
All right. From the Office of Personnel, motion that the following personnel items be approved. 9.01 on page 2 to 9.10 on page 5.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Next motion, Mr. Wolfgang.
Motion number 10.01, with regret. Please accept the following retirement. Jean Cephas, special education teacher at Grenoble School with 16 years of service to the district, be approved for retirement effective January 5th, 2026.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Just a quick comment. I want to thank her for her dedication to Interboro and our students for the last 16 years. We wish her well and the best in her retirement. Come January, she only has a couple more weeks, so we wish her the best. All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Next motion.
From the Office of Curriculum and Instruction, motion that the following items be approved. 11.01 on page 5 to 11.08 on page 6.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Next motion.
From the Office of Special Education and Student Services, motion that the following items be approved. 12.01 on page 6 to 12.06, also on page 6.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Next motion.
From the Office of Technology, motion that the following items be approved. 13.01 to 13.04, all located on page 7.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Next motion.
From the Office of Finance, motion that the following item be approved. 14.01, that the Board of School Directors authorize the district solicitor to settle the tax appeal portfolio number 45-00-00504-06.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? I just quick comment about generally the tax appeals and when we settle. I do just want to say that these are difficult votes when we possibly could be losing money due to tax appeals, but it is due to when you have a reassessment done by the county and then the common level ratio continues to drop. That affects us, and hopefully there is talk at some point of possibly doing a reassessment or something, because it negatively impacts school districts and their budgets when things are going down, and there's not much fight we can have in that, and it negatively affects the school district and taxpayers as a whole. So hopefully something happens within the next couple of years because it just continues to go down as it did when they were forced to do a reassessment years ago. So hopefully it gets resolved because it can have a detriment to our budget. All right. Motion has been moved and seconded. No other comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. All right, next motion, Mr. Goldberg.
From capital improvement, motion that the following items be approved: 15.01 to 15.04, all located on page 7.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Next motion.
Motion number 16.01, that the following policies are to be, the following reading of policies are to be approved by the board.
Second.
Sorry, I really butchered.
Bring it back, Mr. Goldberg.
We're all in second.
Let's try that again. If I can. May I reread that?
Yes, we'll edit that out.
Okay. Let's try this again. All right, motion number 16.01, that the Board of School Directors approve the revisions to the following policies.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Next motion.
Motion number 17, that the Board of School Directors approve the facility license agreement with Widener University for the use of the university pool for the high school swim team 2025-2026 season at a cost of $4,662 to be paid from district funds.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. All right. Is there any old business before the board? Okay. Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. I do have some new business here tonight that I wanted to share with the board and the public. Tonight is Danielle and Kelly's last board meeting, so I want to recognize them. Being a board member isn't fun or glamorous. It's a volunteer role that comes with tough decisions affecting thousands of families, and every decision gets critiqued no matter how much thought goes into it. That's why the work Kelly and Danielle have done really matters. All right, so first up, Kelly. Kelly has always kept kids at the center of every decision. If something involved students, she was always the first one to jump on and speak up. She always pushed for responsible spending and keeping taxes low. There's been many times when me and Kelly talked during budget season, and she was always advocating for the lowest possible tax increase. Her voice is one that I'm going to really miss. On a personal note, I'll miss having someone that I could bounce things off of. I would call her, we would text, and whenever there were hot-button issues on the table. So she is steady, level-headed, and just easy to talk through when things were tough. So she is absolutely going to be missed on this board. So on behalf of Interboro School Board and the school district, we have a gift for you. A bowl that has your years of service. It's candy, but you can display it at home. I'm sure Roger has a place for it.
Plenty.
Centerpiece for Thanksgiving.
That's right.
All right, for Danielle. Danielle brought a real parent lens to all of our conversations, and that's a perspective that we're really going to miss. Her background in athletics helped guide us regularly, especially when we talked about programs and opportunities for our kids. And she was a huge advocate for female sports and always made sure that those athletes were never an afterthought. So we really do appreciate all of your efforts there. She cared deeply also about bullying issues, and she would always have that as a forefront and talk to the board and provide insight on how we can have programs and initiatives to support students in our schools. So her heart always showed what was best for kids in every discussion So we're really going to miss you as a member of the board as well. So I know we will have 2 new board members starting in December. Jack and Sam are going to be great additions, but I'd be lying if I said that I wanted you guys to leave. So again, thank you for your dedication, your service, and you made this board, the 9 of us, better for being here. So thank you. I don't know. There's budget meetings in the spring. I'm sure you're not going to miss them. All right. Does any other board members have any comments? Thank you. Thank you for your service. All right. I'll pass it over to Mrs. Riley.
Yeah, and I would just like to say, since we're talking about Kelly and Danny moving on, it's always a little bit of uncertainty when you know that there are new board members who are going to be joining the board. Having been here long enough, some I know and some I don't. So I knew Danny for a long time from when she was a young athlete at Interboro, and Kelly, you and I had never met before. But, having you join this board, and the work that we do here, for any other boards who would watch us, I think we are an exemplary group who has really worked together and put the kids of Interboro first. And you have contributed greatly to that. All of the things that we have accomplished, programs, construction, activities, it's all for the kids. And you have always put the kids first. And it's been challenging. You were here for COVID. Let's be honest, that was probably one of the most challenging things we ever had to deal with. But you were a part of that, and you participated, and we made the right decisions, and those that were in the best interest of kids. So thank you for your time. Nobody really understands the amount of time that goes into this, but it's a lot of hours, sometimes more than others. But you stepped up, and you really gave it 100%, and I thank you for that, because you make my job easier when I'm fortunate and privileged to work with a board who does what they need to do, and you will be missed. So please know that on behalf of the administration, it has been a pleasure to work with you very much. All right, I do have some athletic updates that I just want to share, and football ended the regular season with a win over Academy Park. This sent our Bucks to the District 1 PIAA 4A playoffs as the 3rd seed against Bishop Shanahan. Unfortunately, the Bucks fell 38-7, and that was on Halloween night. So good season, but we do have our Thanksgiving game to look forward to. Turkey Bowl's coming up on Thanksgiving Day. Begins at 10 a.m. and it's at the South Avenue Complex. So hope to see everybody there. Cheer is in its competition season. The girls took 2nd place at the North Penn competition and 4th place in regionals last week in Wilkes-Barre. Unfortunately, they did not qualify for nationals this year, but they will be participating in 4 more competitions during the winter season. Mr. McGrady and the cross-country team ran a quick canned food drive to help fill the shelves at Loaves and Fishes. They delivered the many boxes of food on November 5th. Following teams were Del Valle champs for the fall, girls cross-country, girls soccer, and girls field hockey. Winter sports have begun. We will have full teams, varsity and JV for basketball, indoor track, swimming, and wrestling. Of course, we have our 3-time state gold medalist, Kylie Arnott, training to repeat in diving. Middle school basketball and wrestling begins this week. We look forward to another competitive season for our student athletes. Last, Abu Kamara, class of 2023, is competing this weekend for Yale University in the championship game. Abu earned All-American honors last season and was Defensive Player of the Week of the game last week for their win against Princeton. A win against Harvard would secure a share of the Ivy League championship in the conference's automatic bid to the FCS playoffs, so we wish Abu good luck with that. And lastly, we have our high school theater program presenting The Outsiders. The play is taking place this week, November 20th to the 22nd at 7 p.m. And on the 22nd, there's also a 1:30 performance. The play is taking place at Norwood School due to the renovation in the high school auditorium. Tickets can be purchased at the door or online. Thank you.
All right. Hearing no other questions or comments from board members, please visit the Interboro School District website at www.interboro.sd.org for further information. On the Interboro Board of School Directors meeting listed below. Work session will be held virtually on Monday, December 1st, 2025 at 7 p.m. and on Wednesday, December 3rd. The following meetings will be held at the administration building. Board reorganization meeting will be held at 6 p.m. and then following at the public meeting will be held at 7 p.m. Meeting is adjourned.